What's up, sports fans? This is the Lucas Ross Sports Channel. We continue here with my 2024 predictions for the upcoming 2024 college football season. Boston College is up next. Boston College coming off a very solid season last year in 2023. This team went in 7 games last year, going to a bowl game. They finished 7-6 overall, so 6-6 in the regular season. And they had a very easy schedule last year, so maybe that's the reason why they were able to go to a bowl game at least. You look at this team for 2024, my thoughts on them. I think Boston College, they do have a new head coach and everything. They're not going to really drop off, though, from where they were from last year. I think this team will still be right around to have a chance to make a bowl game. They do have a decent amount of experience coming back on both sides of the football as well. So I think Boston College will be a pretty decent team and also a pretty solid team as well on both sides of the football as well. So let's now go ahead and get to the schedule here for Boston College for 2024. This is the schedule here for Boston College. Again, they were 7-6 last year in 2023. So let's go game by game now and give you a record prediction here for the Eagles for 2024. They start things off, of course, here with Florida State here on the road on September the 2nd here in week number 1. This game will be on Labor Day night, of course. Florida State already has a week 0 game, so they're coming in possibly, maybe 1-0, maybe 0-1 because they do play Georgia Tech in Dublin, Ireland. So they do have a lot of time here to prepare for this game against Boston College. This game actually was really close last year. Boston College actually was right there with Florida State in the first half. But, second half, Florida State find a way to pull away in this game from last year. I don't really see this game being all that close this year just because it's on the road in Tallahassee. That's a very tough place to play, and also this is the first game here for Boston College with that new coaching staff and everything. And I think Florida State is a much more talented team. So with that being said, I think the Seminoles win this one, maybe by a couple touchdowns, maybe by 10 to 14 points, somewhere in that range. So I got Boston College starting out 0-1, but then they take care of business here against Duquesne here on September 7th. So I got them now improving to 1-1 here on the season. Next game will be on the road here at Missouri here on September 14th. Missouri's going to be a pretty good team this year, definitely like a top 15 team. They were really good last year. The offense should be pretty solid. The defense might take a step back from where they were the year before from last year. This game actually could be really close in the first half. I think Boston College will compete for a while, but it's not going to be enough. It's on the road here. Missouri is just too good. They're definitely the more talented team and definitely the more experienced roster and also the more well-coached team. So I think Missouri gets the win here. So I'm going to go with the Tigers here to get the win. So I got Boston College now starting off 1-2, and then they play Michigan State here the next week at home here on September 21st. So they got to play back-to-back Power 4 teams here in the non-conference and back-to-back weeks. You got to play on the road here at Missouri, but you get Michigan State here at home. This is a 50-50 matchup, both teams with first-year head coaches, and I think both of these rosters are pretty even, but Michigan State lost so much from last year from the transfer portal. I think the offense is going to struggle, but they're going to have a really good defense, so this might be a low-scoring type game, but I think Boston College playing at home, that really does favor them here. That gives them the advantage, and this is also a game that really can go either way. It's a 50-50 game, so with that being said, I think Boston College gets the win. They definitely redeemed themselves after the loss to Missouri from last week, and they definitely play their best, non-conference game here against Michigan State, so that puts them now here at 2-2, and then they take care of business against Western Kentucky here on September 28th. Wouldn't really say take care of business. I don't really expect the Western Kentucky game to be a blowout. It could be a game that probably is close in the first half, but second half Boston College will probably pull away and start to get things going. I think they probably win that game by 10 to 14 points. So I got Boston College now improving to 3-2 going into the month of October. They do play Virginia next here on the road on October the 5th. A veteran experienced Virginia team. They're going to be pretty good this year. They do have a lot of production coming back. The program seems like it's heading in the right direction. They weren't that great last year, but they could be a lot improved from where they were last season. Plus, this game is on the road. I think it's a pretty even matchup. You got Virginia with their second-year head coach, and then you got a first-year head coach here in Boston College. Yeah, I think both of these teams are pretty even. So with that being said, it's a 50-50 game. It will be a close one, but I'm going to go with the home field advantage here, and I'm going to say that the Cavaliers get the win. So I got Boston College losing that game there on the road at Virginia. That'll be their third loss here of the season. And then they get their first bye week here of the season before playing on the road here at Virginia Tech on a Thursday night here on October 17th. Very tough place to play. Another team that has a lot of experience coming back just like Virginia does. And also they got back-to-back road games here. It's a very tough back-to-back road games here. But they get a bye week in between those two back-to-back road games. But I don't really expect Boston College to have much of a chance in this one. It could be a close game in the first half, but Virginia Tech is a lot more experience, and also they're going to be definitely a more talented team as well. And plus, playing at home, that's a very tough place to play. I'm going to go with the Hokies here to get the win. So that's back-to-back games on the road losses there for Boston College. That puts their record now here at 3-4. Next, they'll play Louisville here at home here on October 25th. This game this time will be on a Friday instead of Thursday, so they do have to play another weeknight game here in back-to-back weeks. This is a very winnable game here for Boston College. We've seen some upsets happen in, weeknight games over the course of the years in college football, and this is definitely kind of one of those upset alert type games. Boston College coming off like 2 straight losses on the road at Virginia and Virginia Tech. Maybe they were not focused in those games. Maybe they're just focused on the Louisville game a little bit early before those Virginia and Virginia Tech games. I think they come out really fired up for this one, but I don't think it will be enough. I think Louisville is a more talented team than Boston College is, and with all the additions in the transfer portal that they have coming in, I think Louisville is just too good. So I think the Cardinals get the win here. So that's 3 losses in a row here for Boston College going into the month of November, and I think this is where they get better. They get a bye week in that first weekend in the month of November before playing Syracuse here at home on November 9th. I think this will be a very competitive game. Boston College will definitely be fired up for this one. They're coming out of the bye week here, so that does help them out, and I also think they're going to get better by this time when they get into the month of November. And I've been saying throughout the videos when I did like other team videos for the ACC, I say that Boston College is a team that you don't want to play here in the month of November, and I think that really is going to be the case here against Syracuse. So I think Boston College actually pulls off the upset here. Again, they beat Syracuse in a close game. Syracuse also is going to have a really good team this year, but again, I think Boston College is a team that you don't want to play in the month of November. And again, they get a bye week before playing this Syracuse game, so I think that's really going to help them out. So that puts their record now here at 4-5. Next game will be on the road here at SMU here on November 16th. SMU, a newcomer coming up here in the conference. I think they're going to be really good this year. I've already done my prediction for this game a couple days ago. I did say probably in the first half it will be a close one, but SMU definitely is a more talented team here than Boston College is, and plus they're playing at home. I think SMU wins this one here, and again, they have a lot of playmakers on that roster down there at SMU. They're going to be a really good team this year, so I got Boston College now falling to 4-6, and then after that it's North Carolina here at home on November 23rd. I did pick Boston College to win this game. It's kind of one of those upset alert type games like I mentioned in the North Carolina video a long time ago. I did say, North Carolina does choke in some of these games in the later part of the season, and we've seen that now for the last couple years. It probably could happen again. North Carolina going into this game is definitely the more talented team, but like I said, Boston College will be better by this time heading into the month of November, and we've seen upsets happen all the time here in the month of November in college football. So with that being said, I think Boston College pulls off their biggest win here of the season against North Carolina here on November 23rd, so that puts them now here at 5-6. Going into the final game of the regular season, it's against Pittsburgh here at home on November 30th. Boston College just one game away from making it to a bowl game. I think they're pretty desperate at this point. It will be a competitive game. I think Pittsburgh's going to be pretty good this year. They'll be right there around 6, 7, 8 wins, somewhere in that range, because they're one of the more consistent teams in the ACC. It will be a close game. It definitely comes down to the wire, but I'm going to go with Boston College here just because it's a pretty even matchup and also a 50-50 game as well. So I got Boston College winning their final 2 games here against North Carolina and Pittsburgh right there here in the month of November on November 23rd and November 30th. So I got Boston College going to a bowl game, finishing 6-6 here for 2024. I think that's a pretty fair prediction. You got, a tough schedule in the early part of the season, but the second half of the schedule really gives them a chance to make it to a bowl game. It really wouldn't shock me if they were able to upset Louisville perhaps there on October 25th. That would definitely be like a really good upset there. If they were able to do that, they could probably go 7-5. I think this will be a really good Boston Boston College team in the month of November, just like I said, with their first-year head coach. So that is my prediction here for the Boston College Eagles for 2024. Again, it's 6-6 here. I have them going to a bowl game for the upcoming season. So let me guys know what you think about this Boston College team down in the comments below. What do you think their record will be for 2024? Thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned here for more sports content videos on my Lucas Ross Sports channel.